So can you just introduce yourselves and talk a little bit about your role within the band?
Ewan Currie, I play guitar and I sing.
Okay.
My name's Leot Hanson, I play guitar.
Okay. So how did the Sheepdogs get together? How did it happen?
Well, it's a long story, but we were three-piece before Leot joined us, and we were in about 1920 in University in Saskatoon, and we just on a whim started up a band, and we were very we didn't know how to play our instruments basically, so we hacked our way through a lot of basement rehearsing and just kind of kept taking lots of baby steps, and then gigging around Saskatoon, and then we decided to make a full-length album and start trying to tour, all independently, just booking our own everything.
Right.
That's when we met Leot at a party in Saskatoon, and we started jamming together, and ever since then we've been on the road as a band at various sort of levels of success.
Right.
So you guys got the brand new, major label album just came out in September. Could you take us through the recording process of that album?
Sure. We went down to Nashville in January, and we had about just over 2 weeks to do all the tracking. So this was pretty well like January 2nd, I think it was when we flew down. I think we started on the 3rd. So we played a gig in Niagara Falls New Year's Eve, and then we jetted down to Nashville, and real simple. I mean, we had kind of like 14, 15, 16 songs that we were looking at doing, and we would just sort of go through them in the studio, and then basically go do it. I mean, wasn't a lot of philosophical discussion. It was just pretty much like, what else, and then we just go trap it and lay it down, and just try to have cool sounds and cool arrangements and make it sound nice and tasty.
Pat Carney was in there, helping arrange some of the songs too, so that also helped in the process.
Yeah. I don't remember what I was going to say there.
So how was it working with Patrick Carney of the Black Keys?
It was good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was good. He's, he's very successful, obviously. But, there's lots of very successful people that are available to sort of work with for the right price. But Patrick was a guy that we met him, so we kind of met him on like a more, just musician to musician, person to person, as opposed to hiring somebody. And then also, we like the Black Keys music too, so it wasn't like bringing in Bob Rock or something kind of crazy. It's really good, he knows rock and roll real well, and there's nothing mystical about it. It's just basically guys in a room, and you're working with people that you trust their taste and their opinions, and that's kind of like the best starting place, I think, because when he comes to you and says, I don't like this, but I like this, I don't go, well, fuck you, man. I go, oh, well, I respect your opinion,
Yeah.
I'm going to take it seriously.
Right.
Yeah.
So I guess he had a really big influence on your final product, I guess.
Yeah, he's pretty involved. I mean,
Yeah.
When you're a producer, you oversee things, and so definitely he had an effect.
Yeah.
So you guys are back here in Newfoundland. It's your second time here. Are you guys glad to have some time here?
Yeah.
Yeah, the rock's cool. Great scenery.
Yeah, did you guys get to do
Great
any...
pubs.
Have you seen the scenery?
Yeah. Did you get to see any scenery other than George Street?
Signal Hill.
Okay.
Did you go there?
Well, I remember driving through there last time we came here.
Okay.
I didn't really go much anywhere today, but
We're pretty in and out. I mean, a lot of what we see in these towns are like sort of the nightlife and the bars and things like that. But, I think just the people that are here are really friendly, and I was actually walking around town with my brother today, who plays keys with us, and we were talking about how it reminds us a bit of like Brighton in England.
Oh, okay.
And if you just kind of walk, because we went sort of up on the hill here, so we were walking around where it was very sort of like lots of little old houses and stuff.
Yeah.
If you were in if you just woke up and walked outside and someone told you you were in like, you know, coastal Ireland or like England or something,
Yeah.
I'd believe you.
Go to the Duke today?
No, I actually went to this other.
Even now, like it's kind of like you go down this thing, it's a pub. And
It's very charming. It seems like a completely different world than Saskatchewan, which is, you know, landlocked, no water,
Right.
all new buildings and things like that.
Right, so you played your first, show of your tour in November last night. How was that show?
Oh, really good show.
Yeah, good reaction. Lots of, few diehards right up in the front, and then lots of other people
Yeah,
mixing
I
it up.
heard.
So it's good. It was good to see everybody come out.
Yeah.
I think what I'm hearing is that tonight's probably going to be crazier.
Yeah, I heard it was sold out.
Sold out,
So
yeah.
love, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that and then just, Thursday I think is always a little
Thursday in
bit.
Newfoundland seems like
Yeah, I'm sure.
Friday anywhere else or something.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of it.
So are you enjoying Club 1 as a venue?
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, seems like a standard
Yeah.
rock venue. Yeah. George Street was pretty kick-ass, so I mean, it was like outdoor and
It was raining at the hell, but I don't think anyone really cared.
no, and it just we'd never been here, so the first time is always pretty exciting. And we're definitely glad that we could come back and do 2 shows as well. Like that's really cool. Like I think there's only 3 places that we're doing more than 1 show on this tour.
Okay.
Ottawa, we did 3 nights, so 2 here obviously, and then 2 in Vancouver. So pretty cool. But if you're gonna go coast to coast, you gotta come all the way out to St. John's.
Yeah.
You might as well do 2 shows.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about Yukon Blonde? You guys touring with
Can't
them.
stand them.
Can't stand it?
No, really like that band. Good band, and it's awesome that we can, some of their fans will come to see us now, and all fans will get a chance to see them, and then just as guys to tour with, they're just fantastic guys, lovely guys. And very excited for that band.
So why the name Sheepdogs?
There's no real amazing
No,
story.
really.
I mean, it's just basically a name. It's nothing cool about
No
it.
name.
It's just basically you needed a name, and it's hard to think of a name sometimes. How people always are like, you say a phrase and they're like, oh, that's a band name. Well, when you're actually thinking of a band name, it's impossible to think of that.
Yeah.
So,
Even like album names.
album names is
I mean,
hard.
we had like a 2-page list of like so many names for this new album that came out, and we just couldn't decide on one. It was just impossible.
Yeah.
So what are your plans for the future after your tour's finished? What are you planning on doing?
Well, the big thing for us is we're going to have just about a month off, which is great because we
Yeah.
haven't had any kind of significant time off in 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so I don't know what the heck we're going to do with ourselves. But, the new year will be more of the same. It'll be more touring. We're going to try and get back to the U.S., I think.
Okay.
And then we've been doing some stuff in Australia and Europe, so we'll try to get over there. And there's a couple different little things that we're looking at in terms of recording some different projects, but it's still pretty early stages so far. So hopefully, we want to, you get into a band because you want to create things that you like, interesting things, cool things. So hopefully we can keep, you can't come up with an album right away. You got to let the cycle go on. But hopefully we can do some cool things to keep the appetites wet throughout next
Right.
year.
Cool.
Okay, so that's it from us.
Yes, thank you very much.